Welcome back to Worldwide Wade Goes West. We're here today at beautiful Torch Lake in northern Michigan. It's the third stop in our trip west, and today we're speaking with a special guest. It's me! Hi Wade!
Hi Wade, how are you?
Doing great, thanks. So, you're on your way to San Francisco to cover technology and innovation for economy. What can you tell us about yourself that would help your readers get to know you a little better?
Well, that's a really great question.
Actually, I grew up here in Michigan, and I had been really interested in science and technology as a kid. In fact, one of my big inspirations was Carl Sagan and his TV show Cosmos. When I went to college around 1985, two amazing things happened almost immediately. The first one was that I got to meet Carl Sagan himself at a conference about the search for extraterrestrial intelligence. And the second amazing thing was, there was a meeting of the college newspaper that very same day. I showed up with this ready-made story about Carl Sagan and got it published almost immediately. And that was when the bug bit me. Basically, I got intoxicated by journalism and wound up doing a lot more journalism on campus than studying, which turned out to be a good thing because it turned out that I wasn't all that good at physics and astronomy, which had been my first love. So I switched majors into history and science. But how did you become a technology writer? Right, well, another thing that happened when I was in college was the Challenger disaster, which was a deep shock to me and really got me thinking in a much more critical way about technology and technological systems and their vulnerabilities. And by the time I left Harvard, I knew I wanted to be a technology journalist, but I wasn't quite ready to jump into the real world. So I took a little detour to a PhD program at MIT called Science, Technology, and Society. And it turned out to be really the perfect program for me. I wound up actually writing my whole PhD thesis about technological disasters like Chernobyl and 3 Mile Island and Bhopal, and took a look at how those systems can be made safer and how those kinds of accidents build public awareness about the risks built into technological systems. One thing led to another, and my first job out of graduate school was as the Boston Bureau reporter for Science magazine. And I've been doing science and technology writing ever since, except for one brief detour into Silicon Valley where I worked for a .com company for a couple of years. These days you write a lot about gadgets and personal technology. What makes you so passionate about this stuff?
Well, let me show you. Just one second.
So you asked why I'm so interested in personal technology. I thought I would show you with a little illustration here. This is the Rocket ebook, which is an ebook device made by a company called Nouveau Media, where I worked from 1999 to 2001. And it was a great little device, but it was missing a couple of key ingredients. For example, you couldn't download books wirelessly, and the thing didn't catch on in the marketplace. And it was only about 8 years later that Amazon came out with the Kindle, which really kind of proved that this concept can work in the marketplace and had some of those missing ingredients. And of course, now we've got the iPad, and in some respects it's an even better ebook reader than a Kindle. And what fascinates me so much about this kind of evolution is that there are lots of innovators in places like Silicon Valley who come up with the right idea, but it may be just a few years too early, and it may turn out there's some missing ingredient that somebody figures out later. And what I really am passionate about is just helping people to understand those issues and writing about the innovators who figure those things out. Great, Wade. Thanks for talking with us today. Have a great trip.
Thanks, Wade. You too.